morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, great Biafrans, and to all lovers of freedom who are tuned in right now to Radio Biafra, who are listening to us right now on this hallowed platform. I say welcome and thank you for being part of this program. Thank you for joining us this wonderful and beautiful morning. It is time for sunrise. My name is Sochima Mbanali, and it is an absolute pleasure to be with you here every morning from 5 to 7 a.m. Biafra time. Our religion is Biafra. Here on Radio Biafra is where we worship, because this is where we conscientize ourselves. This is where we motivate ourselves. This is where we conscientize and motivate ourselves. And I know today is Sunday, so a lot of people will be going to different places where they worship to conscientize themselves, hopefully, and to motivate themselves and get ready for the coming week. Now the question is, are we conscientizing ourselves enough? Are we doing enough job in order to raise awareness of the need to defend your brother, to defend your sister? Conscientize, to be able to say what is going on with this other person. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. What is going on at Nimbo shouldn't happen. Even though I am not from there, it shouldn't happen, because we are all human beings and we are all from the same society, the same blood, the same origin. Therefore, we must protect each other. You can join us on FM radio at 102.1 FM. 102.1 FM. We are also streaming live on satellite We are also streaming live on various apps such as Radio Biafra and IPOB Community Radio. These are easy to use apps, easy to download. One of the callers yesterday said that with 200 naira, you will be able to listen to Radio Biafra for 1 week. The app for 1 week with 200 naira data, you will be able to listen to it for even up to a week. And that is a testament to the low data usage of our apps. You can download Radio Biafra or IPOB Community Radio, or even both of them, from your app store, any app store, whether iPhone or you are using Android. You can download Radio Biafra and IPOB Community Radio. We are also streaming live on our websites, ipob.org and radiobiafra.co. We are streaming live on these platforms. We are streaming live on Facebook. We are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. Yes, Sochima Mbanali, I am streaming live there as we speak. So there is absolutely no reason why you'll not be able to listen to this program. And very soon, shortly, this program will also be aired on various platforms like Biafra TV, IPOB Rapture Media, on several platforms, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, name them. Therefore, there is no reason why you cannot be part of this gospel. There is no reason why you cannot introduce your friends, introduce your neighbors. Somebody yesterday suggested that we take this gospel to, no, was it yesterday? Yeah, that we take it to the different corners. We take this gospel to different radios, different radio stations, call them, private number, call them, speak your point, ask questions. Why is the Nigeria government disinterested in obeying their own court? Yes, you can do that. You can also find other avenues in order to send your message, But the message of IPOB is clear. The message of IPOB to the Nigerian government is clear. IPOB stands for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime known to law. The Nigeria government must obey the rulings of its own courts. different courts in Nigeria declared that the abduction of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and his continued incarceration is illegal and a crime against humanity. Now, remember that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya on the 19th day of June 2021. He was tortured for 8 days in Kenya and then subsequently brought into Nigeria, where he has been in solitary confinement at the DSS facility in Abuja. Now, there is something wrong with this on different levels. First of all, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen. Nigeria government lied and said that he is a Nigerian citizen. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen. That is first of all. Second of all, is solitary confinement is torture and it is unlawful. Then finally, the process of bringing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a criminal process. The process of international kidnapping. The process of international kidnapping, also known as extraordinary rendition, is a criminal process. Therefore, Nigeria government does not have the legitimacy. They don't have the legal standing to put Mazen Nnamdi Kanu through what he has been going through since 3 years. They do not have any legal standing to even bring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in their court. They do not have that. But they know. They understand that they know that they don't. They just want to frustrate Biafrans. They just want to frustrate and punish Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They just want to persecute him. In as much as they know it will not stand in any court, they just want to persecute him. And this is why we are calling for the woman who has made this possible for the Nigerian government. For 3 years now, Nigeria government, this woman has enabled the Nigeria government to carry out their lawlessness. Binta Nyako for 3 years now has enabled the Nigeria government to carry out their lawlessness. And we are saying enough is enough. Binta Nyako must resign. She has no authority in that position. She must resign. Enough is enough. Remember that on the 20th of July 2022, the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention made a declaration that the extraordinary rendition of Onyendoma Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a violation of international human rights conventions. The United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention also called for his unconditional release. Now, all these pronouncements, once from international organization, once from the Nigerian courts, they have failed on deaf ears. Nigeria government has refused to listen to them. They have rather ignored them, and they have continued to pursue every effort to inflict severe physical and psychological torture on the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Now, I want you to go back in memory lane to 2017. 14th of September 2017 to be precise. Now you find out that this is not a one-time thing. The persecution of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not a one-time thing. The killings of Biafrans is not a one-time off thing. This is a continuous process. This has been a process that the Nigeria government, they have been pursuing for a very long time. Now in 2017, 14th of September 2017, the Nigeria government tried to assassinate Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, despite Mazen Nnamdi Kanu being due to appear in their own courts just hours after. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was supposed to be in their own courts just a few hours later. Before then, they went to his house to assassinate him. Thankfully, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu managed to escape, but the Nigeria government killed at least 28 people at his home. At least 28 men and women lost their lives in the hands of the Nigeria government. The hands of those who are given the power to take care of them. And they are not the only ones who lost their lives on that day. At the end of this Operation Python dance, 7 mass graves was discovered in different parts of Biafra land. 7 mass graves was discovered in different parts of that area after this operation. And this is a government, this is a country that wants Biafrans to be part of them, to continue with them. But they kill us at every little provocation. And this is why in this month of May, in fact, every May is a month where we accord respect, we honor, we acknowledge the sacrifices of those who ensure that we survive today, those who made sure that we are alive today, those who paid the ultimate sacrifice right from the inception of the zoo, Nigeria, right from the amalgamation. Do you understand that before 1914, your ancestors, my ancestors, our ancestors died in great numbers in protecting our land, in protecting us before 1914 even. It is that same fight that we have come today to continue. This fight for survival of the Biafran people did not just start yesterday. It did not start with IPOB. People before us, we are looking. Our fight is based on the continuation of what our parents fought, what they defended. And our land became a remarkable place for our enemies. They perished in our land in mass. And today it is still the case. The land of the Biafran people must be protected. And this May, we recount those who gave their lives, those who did all they could to protect and save our lives. They are our saints. They are our saints. And today, we see that the same problem is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the DSS dungeon. Actually, SSS dungeon, Secret Service. The Nigeria Secret Service. The same thing is what we are fighting today. Our liberation, the restoration of our dignity. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS dungeon. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there because he presented a solution to the Nigeria government. Solution to the numerous foundational problems that for decades have been plaguing Nigeria. Now I will go to the news so that I can show you some of these, just a little bit of these problems that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu presented a solution to. But before I do that, what is that solution that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu presented? A United Nations supervised referendum for the indigenous people of Biafra to defend our faith. This is not something alien. This is our right. This is enshrined in the United Nations Charter, which Nigeria is a signatory to. Therefore, Nigeria has pledged to abide by that law, by that rule. Yet, they behave differently. This is what Nigeria is known for. They say one thing and they do another. A United Nations supervised referendum will bring an end to all these problems that Nigeria is facing today. Problems such as corruption, problems such as political instability, problems such as human rights abuses, problems such as economic mismanagement, problems such as ethnic tension. These problems are foundational to Nigeria. If you look through the history of Nigeria, you find out that these problems they were planted as soon as Nigeria was formed. During the formation of Nigeria, this was when these problems were implanted into the system. And today, those who are trying to solve this problem are treated as enemies of the state. Those who are trying to solve this problem are treated like they are trying to bring the nation to an end, whereas they are providing solution. Whereas these people are providing solution. Why is this the case? Because they owe the foundation of Nigeria, they owe the structure of Nigeria. I'm trying to find this word that identifies Nigeria. The identity of Nigeria is one that must promote corruption, that must promote political instability, that must promote human rights abuses, that must promote ethnic tension, that must promote economic mismanagement. There is no time, no day that you will not find all of these things that I have listed. And that is why they wanted to continue. They wanted to continue because it is foundational and it is how they benefit the politicians and those who created Nigeria, how they benefit. Now, let us go to this news. This is from... Okay, let's go to Sahara Reporters. Let me read you some news headlines. It says here, let me bring you this one. It says Nigerian soldier armed knife. Nigeria soldier armed knife caught camera grabbing robbery. What is going on here? Nigeria soldier armed with knife, okay, caught on camera grabbing robbery suspect's manhood to get confession, threatening to cut it off. Now, this is according to Sahara Reporters, and this is Nigeria. This is the country you have. It says Nigerian soldier armed with knife caught on camera grabbing robbery suspect's manhood to get confession, threatening to cut it off. Remember yesterday I was asking Harry a couple of questions about the mental health treatment that he is here to offer to the Nigeria Army, and I'm asking him, did he ask how they got that problem? Because if you are interested in solving a problem, you ask how did it happen. How, that question of how takes you to the foundation, to the origin, to the beginning. And then why? Why is a question of a solution. When how is about origin, why is about solution, is about today. Now, this, you can find out that Nigeria Army are the ones actually creating the trouble. They are the ones creating the mental problems that Nigerians are going through. The Nigeria government are the ones creating the problems for the people. This says a Nigerian soldier has been caught on camera brutalizing a suspect, grabbing his manhood and threatening to cut it off. Now, remember that this is just a suspect. This is just a suspect. But on the headline, it says, okay, yeah, this is just a suspect. It says the soldier who spoke in Yoruba while holding tight to the suspect's manhood in the viral video questioned the suspect over a robbery incident in Lagos, southwest Nigeria. So, just to question a robber, he had to bring out his manhood and threaten to cut it off with the knife that he has. And being a Nigerian, knowing the Nigerian army, you understand that that man is ready to do it. You understand that Nigeria army, they are ready. Nigeria army that kills people. Nigeria army that kills people. Organ harvesting has been legitimized by the Nigeria government. Everybody knows this. Then if you are wrongly accused, you will accept so as to have your manhood still there. Maybe hoping that let him leave it first. Then you can continue to drag it and to say that you are not responsible. By then they already have a confession. And this is the kind of, when Nigeria Army tell you that they are investigating, or even the Nigeria police, this is their investigation. This is how it goes. It says here, two soldiers could be seen in the video. The suspect answered, I robbed on Atere Road at Super. When one of the soldiers, while holding the suspect's manhood, asked when the robbery was carried out, the suspect said the previous week. He admitted that he was caught with a gun. There have been several cases of torture and brutalization of suspects and innocent civilians by Nigerian soldiers. You see what I said? It doesn't matter whether the person did it or not, he will accept because he's being tortured. And this is the modus operandi of the Nigeria government. You find out that these army officials will likely be promoted. These people will likely be promoted. These are the kind of people that are needed in the Nigeria army, because this is the army of terrorism. It says here there have been several cases of torture and brutalization of suspects and innocent civilians by Nigerian soldiers. For instance, Sahara reporters in April reported how some personnel of the Nigerian army allegedly brutally killed one of the section managers of Hotel Royal Demgret, Omahia, Abia State, where a Nigerian Air Force cadet reportedly drowned in the swimming pool. So, Nigerian Air Force cadets, probably with no experience of swimming, no knowledge of swimming, went there and drowned. And then they went there, the Nigerian army went in there and killed one of the managers of the hotel. This is what Nigerians are subjected to. That is why sometimes when I look at Nigerians, I don't know really how to handle the problem of Nigerians. Today, I wanted to call a psychiatrist for us to have a conversation here on the radio. But due to one or two issues, we cannot have that. But tomorrow, we will have that, because tomorrow, remember that Monday is our, we talk about those who made sacrifices for us on Monday. And if you have any story, if you have any information that you'd like us to be part of, to share, please do call in and let us know. You can contact us privately. We'll find a way to tell the story. Even if you do not want to be the one telling the story, it's okay. Just get in touch privately, and your story will make sure we tell the world your story. Now, this is how Nigeria army brutalizes people. They kill people, and they admit to what they did not do. It says here the manager, identified as Mr. Achimogo James Etubi from Kogi State, was the head of the food and beverage department of the hotel located on Factory Road, and they killed him for no reason, because their member did not know how to swim and drowned. Therefore, they came there and killed a manager that knew nothing about it, not even in charge of the pool, somebody in charge of the head of food and beverage department. They just killed him. He was reportedly tortured to death by the soldiers inside the military barracks. They did not just kill him there, they took him to the military barracks and they tortured him to death. The video is here. The video is here. The video is here. This is Nigeria. These are the people who are talking about justice. These are the people talking about justice in their court. Now, let me bring you another news. This is from Sahara Reporters. And it says, listen to this. It says, Kogi Governor Ododo says insiders switched off all CCTV cameras during abduction of university students. Now, we are talking about abductions. What is it that is not happening in Nigeria? What is not happening in Nigeria? We told you Nigeria is not sustainable. What is not happening in Nigeria? Every day, people are abducted from Nigeria. Every day, innocent people are victims. They are victimized because the government supports terrorism. Now, let me bring you this news so that you understand what is happening. Some students were kidnapped from their schools in the north. and the government is telling you that it says almost 50 Kogi University students kidnapped by terrorists during invasion. Students. It says almost 50. Now, let's see if that number is even correct. Some students at Confluence University of Science and Technology, Osara Okene, in Kogi State, have said that almost 50 students were missing after an invasion by terrorists on Thursday night. According to the sources, almost all students reading in 3 classrooms in preparation for their forthcoming examinations were missing after the attack. From 3 classrooms, then you must understand the number of terrorists that came. Over 200 terrorists, most probably. It says here, kidnappers invaded the school to kidnap almost 50 students. One of the students told Sahara reporters on Friday morning, almost all the students reading in the classrooms are missing. Another source said, several attempts made by Sahara reporters to reach the spokesperson for the State Police Command, William Oviaya, on the phone failed. He did not answer repeated calls and had yet to reply to text messages sent to him at the time of filing this report. Okay. It was gathered that the students were preparing for their first semester examination expected to commence on Monday, May 13, when the terrorist struck. You see, when we celebrate people who sacrifice for us, especially in May, somebody last year or last 2 years, people were saying, oh, we have exams. You understand that this is the Nigeria government style to tell you, oh, we have exams, so that you do not do what is needful. Look at what is happening. This is Kogi State. This is a place where the ex-governor looted 80 billion, over 80 billion. Just one loot, 80 billion. Just one loot, 80 billion. Money that could have been used to improve security. And this is a state where the incumbent governor came to the rescue of a governor that is wanted by the Economic Financial Crimes Commission. A sitting governor came and took him away to avoid arrest. Took away a man who just one of his looting. Just one of his looting over 80 billion naira. Just one. Now imagine what that sitting governor is going to do. That sitting governor will be worse than the one that is being accused of looting. And this is happening in their state, in his state. They are more interested in looting you dry than to fix. It says here, it was gathered the students, a source in the state told Sahara reporters that the bandits came in through the bush and started shooting indiscriminately. They were not even afraid. They were not afraid. They started shooting indiscriminately. When I'm reading this, I'm thinking of ESN and how they are protecting our land. And this is why we must support them. This is why everybody is encouraged to support them. Do not be afraid. Support those who are saving your life, who are protecting you, protecting your family. Support them. It says here, an eyewitness told Punch that the bandits came in through the bush around 9 p.m., went into 3 lecture halls and began to shoot into the air to scare the students. They were not even afraid. They were not even afraid. It says here, they trapped the students inside the halls and started taking them. The school was thrown into total confusion as fear-stricken students in other halls scurried to safety, scampering in various directions. By the time local security guards and the conventional security men at the gate engaged the bandits, they had already succeeded in abducting some students. You see. Now, let me bring you another news about this incident. What the governor said. The governor, the man who helped the former governor who looted funds to escape. Listen to what he said. He said Kogi Governor Odo says insiders switched off all CCTV cameras during abduction of university students. You know what he's trying to do? You understand what he's trying to shift blame. The same thing EEDC. Remember EEDC did when they made their press release saying, no, it is not our fault. We are only this and that. It is the same thing that this is all. You see, every Nigerian institution, this is all they do. They will never say, oh, okay, we have failed. How do we get better? No. They always look for excuses. Excuses. Oh, they switched off CCTV camera. Is your job not to secure people? Why should they even have that opportunity? Why don't your government have intelligence about such? But you have an intelligence department. You have SSS in your state, don't you? You have SSS, those that go by the name DSS. You have them in your state. You have the police. You have the army. You have different organizations, all this in the state. You could not even get ordinary information. It says here the Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo has described the abduction of the students of the Confluence University of Science and Technology, or SARA, as internal sabotage. He's not saying it's a failure of the state security system. No, he's calling it, he's pushing it to those in the school. It's not his office because he's no longer the chief security officer, isn't it? Ododo, during a visit to the university campus for an assessment of the security situation in the wake of the security breach on the campus that led to the abduction of the students, said preliminary investigation revealed that all the CCTV cameras installed in the school were switched off during the attack. Now, take it back to what the other governor said. I'm not sure if it is Castina or Zamfara that said that you don't even know those who are doing the kidnapping because they are part of and parcel of their own government. That these people who are doing the kidnapping are part and parcel of their own government. That they could be their driver, they could be their parents even, that their own parents are even part of those who are kidnapping people. And today you have it in every corner of the zoo. Every institution of the zoo has now been destroyed to the point where kidnapping is now anyway, when kidnapping is a government policy, what else do you expect? When the government of Nigeria went to Kenya and abducted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what else do you expect every Nigerian to do? When the Fulani government opened up and said kidnapping has now been legitimized, what do you expect? Even those in the security departments of different schools, they have now opened up and said, okay, let us go. This is the problem you have with a system that is hell-bent on destruction. Nigerian system, hell-bent on destruction. It says here, Ododo, during a visit to the university campus for an assessment of security situation in the wake of the security breach on the campus that led to the abduction of the students, said preliminary investigation revealed that all the CCTV camera installed in the school were switched off during the attack. He, however, vowed to secure the school, the safe return of students abducted during the attack on Thursday. Perhaps there is something he knows that we don't know. Maybe, very soon now you hear that they are asking for how many million. Now they are in hundreds of millions of naira. When Nigerians are going through the highest poverty, they are requesting hundreds of millions of naira. Like our broadcaster said yesterday, you don't be surprised when they reach billions and the government is paying. The Nigeria government is paying. Maybe he knows something that we do not know. People were kidnapped and you are assuring us to return them safe when you could not even guide them. When they were in your possession, you could not keep them safe. Now it is when they are in the possession of terrorists that you are assuring people that you get them back safe. Maybe there is something the governor knows that we do not know. Maybe there is an order to those who kidnapped these children, these students, to make sure that they do not kill them, and after payment that they must return them properly. But isn't it we are here to see what is happening? We are here while our land, we are keeping our land safe. We watch Nigeria and their government burn themselves to the ground. It says here, he, however, vowed to secure the safe return of students abducted during the attack on Thursday. He added that every necessary step, including non-kinetic measures, had been activated. Non-kinetic has been activated to ensure the safe return of the abducted students. Non-kinetic, he's talking about payment, isn't he? Every necessary Nigeria is just a very, very despicable place. A place where nobody is supposed to, no human being is supposed to exist in Nigeria. And it says, while assuring members of the university community of efforts by the government to improve the existing security architecture on the campus, Odo promised that he would do whatever it takes to return all the abducted students back to the university and to reunite them with their families. Promises, promises, promises. Now, this will happen some other place and he will repeat the same thing. Promises, promises, promises. Your leader is supposed to take care of you. I've said this a lot of times. Your leader is supposed to take care of you. Anybody who is your leader, whether in the church, whether at home, whether in the school, whether anywhere it is, in the boss, anybody who is your leader in the boss is supposed to take care of you. Anywhere, even as a parent, you are supposed to take care of your children because you are their leader. And what is taking care, that you see a problem before it comes, that is the responsibility of a leader, to take care. Before a problem comes, you've anticipated it. You've seen it from far. As a chief security officer, you could not see this problem. You could not make sure that things are in place to make sure that if, peradventure, something like this should happen, that this measure is put into place to make sure that their plans are thwarted. But no, after it has happened, they start telling you stories about how they are going to do everything possible to protect you when they could not protect you when you were in their own hands. Now they're telling you they will protect you there from the terrorists. Those who they abducted in 2014 are still missing. The Chibok girls are still missing today. Every time it's abduction. This is why each one of us must be thankful to the leadership of IPOB and to the Eastern Security Network. Now, I want to take you to another news. What is happening in Nigeria is just crazy. Let me take you to another news. It says Nigerian government officials demanded over 207 billion naira bribe to make charges against Binance executives go away. That this is from their trading platform CEO. Remember that this amount is $150 million. That is what this amount is. $150 million. $150 million. And that is what they are telling you. It is over 207 billion naira. This is what your government officials are asking as bribe. This is what your government officials are asking as bribe. Now you understand why kidnapping is a government project. Why Nigeria government brought out money and are encouraging kidnapping. Now you understand. It says here, okay, let me not read this because we've talked about this before. Now it says here, our taxes are not to frustrate Nigerians, but to create a system. Didn't tell you what that system is. A system. What is that system for? Maybe a system to be paying terrorists whenever they abduct people. Let's see what he said. This is from Vice President Sochima. This is the man that a terrorist was found in his house. In his house. A terrorist that escaped from the prison, Abuja prison, that killed people in Abuja, bombed people in Abuja, and escaped, was found at his home. At his home. At his home. Let us see what he's saying. He's saying, Vice President Kashim Shettima has stated that Nigeria's tax reforms under the administration of President Bola Tinubu are targeted at improving the system for the overall benefit of Nigerians. When Shettima says something, you know, Shettima most times doesn't make sense. He just talks out of points, talks nonsense. He doesn't make sense. I must tell you, just pay attention to the things he says. He doesn't make sense. He says here, Vice President, let me repeat this, Kashim Shettima has stated, this is someone in Nigeria. It says here, has said that the Nigerian tax reforms under the administration of President Bola Tinubu are targeted at improving the system for the overall benefit of all Nigerians. Now you ask yourself, what are the tax reforms? Okay, but let's not go there. Let's just listen to him and then we analyze it. He said that contrary to speculations in some quarters, we are not here to frustrate any sector of our economy, but to create an administrative system that ensures the benefit of a thriving tax system for all our citizens. Okay. So they are not here to frustrate any sector of the economy, but to create an administrative system. That is to have an administrative system. Okay. Let us see then. The Vice President, represented by the Special Advisor to the President on General Duties, Office of the Vice President, Aliyu Modibo Umar, spoke on Saturday at the closeout retreat of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee held at the Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. Okay. He says here, our aim remains the revitalization of revenue generation in Nigeria, while sustaining an investment-friendly and global competitive business environment. Okay. It says, while expressing confidence in the ability of the committee to deliver on the mandate, the Vice President emphasized the significance of the task ahead, noting that we are gathered today because we are transitioning from the phase of proposal in the operations of this committee's work to the phase of implementation. I want to bring out something here. And it is about tax. The reason why I want to bring up the issue of tax is because Nigeria have shown that they are not interested in using your money for anything beneficial to you. You know, one of the ways of conquering people is through poverty. You keep them poor so that they are busy looking for money, busy looking for something to eat, busy looking for a place to sleep, while you are busy fleecing them, while you are busy going around with the resources, enjoying the resources. This is what they do. And if you can see what is happening in Nigeria, you see that they have increased your tax. Every point in time, they increase your tax. And they tell you now it is for administration. They want to use it to better your economy. Now, if you want to improve somebody's life, you don't increase tax. Tax increase, who bears the brunt? People. You can't increase tax when you are not injecting more money into the economy. Companies are leaving. They are even the ones chasing companies like Binance, and they are even demanding bribe from them. And they are at the same time telling you that they are increasing your tax so that they can spend more money on you. There, where are you supposed to get that money that you are supposed to put in tax in the first place? Because isn't it they said they will give you tax, they will take more tax from you so they can spend more on you? Where are you supposed to get the more tax to begin with? Now, listen to this clip, what this man said about tax hikes that Nigeria is experiencing today. Let us listen to what this man had to say. He's teaching about tax hikes. Let's listen.
Have such high tax rates because of us. Countries can never realize the reality that poor countries can never repay their loans.
Senator, are you saying that you're opposed to debt relief for impoverished countries?
No, we should forgive the debts, but that's not going to help those countries very much.
Okay. What will?
Tax cuts. Some African tax rates are the highest in the world. In Tanzania, the 30% rate kicks in at $475 of income. Plus, they have a 20% value-added tax. It gets added to everything you buy. Those high tax rates make it impossible to build capital in those countries. So nothing gets built, not factories, not roads, not anything. Poor African countries have the lowest wage workers in the world. And yet a company like Nike, for instance, can't put a factory in one of those countries because of the oppressive tax rates. Taxes have killed any possibility of economic development. They killed any hope of these countries ever helping themselves. And that leaves them completely at the mercy of charity and loans. And here's the worst part. You know why those countries have such high tax rates? Because of us. To show us that they can raise enough money to pay back their loans. But taxes can't raise any money if they kill the economies. So it turns out that...
Yeah. So they are taxing you so much, and they are destroying the economy, and at the same time they are telling you that money is going into reconstructing the same economy that they are destroying. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense, does it?
Taxes can't raise any money if they kill the economies. So it turns out that the tragic unintended consequence of our good intentions toward Africa, our kindness, is that we have encouraged those countries to lock themselves into a gruesome economic depression. If we don't urge those countries to cut their tax rates, they will never grow their economies. People will live lifetimes of unemployment. Disease will be rampant, poverty will be permanent, and children will be hungry. And our charity will never be enough. Never.
Yes. So I hope you paid attention to that. When they are telling you about how their tax is going to improve your life and all of that, know that is just a lie. They are lying. They are lying. How many of us even know the percentage of the VAT, value added tax, that Nigeria is paying? Do we have an idea? Do we have an idea? They raise the cost of everything and they tell you it is for your own benefit. How can it benefit you when you are dead? How will it benefit you when you are dead? Even those in the army, those that are working against their people, are still not even free. Those that are still collecting these taxes are still not free. The police on the road who are collecting bribe and shooting and killing our people, they are still not free. Then you ask them, why are you people allowing yourselves to be working for this government that is not interested in your lives? Why? Why? Let me read this news before I go to the press release from IPOB. This says, breaking news: Nigerian army admits overcrowded detention facility in Sokoto, vows to sanction protesting soldiers. For those who are thinking of Nigeria army, listen, those in the army are protesting. They are protesting for several reasons. It says the Nigeria army says it has instituted an investigation into the viral audiovisual footage of soldiers protesting overcrowded cells and poor feeding of detained soldiers. Imagine. They overcrowd soldiers. Imagine. This is happening at 8th Division Garrison Detention Facility, Sokoto State. Media exclusively reported on Friday that a soldier identified as LCPL Charles Ekefure with service number 17NA/76/1660 was reportedly shot. A fellow soldier shot following complaints by some detained soldiers who broke out of their cells in Sokoto State. So they broke out of their cells and they were complaining and they were shot. Now, if these soldiers, you tell them, oh, these are civilians, they have more power with civilians. But their own army is treating them in such a despicable way and they cannot do anything about it. They are busy showing footage and crying for us, the ordinary people that they are subjugating, to come and campaign for them. You see how useless Nigeria is. In other countries, soldiers are taking over power. In Nigeria, they are as useless as anything you can think of. All that they have power to do is to go and kill civilians. That is all you find Nigerian soldiers doing. That is all you find. Terrorism, that is all you find them doing. And like I said, shifting blame is what they do. All they do. This is from Icons News. It says EEDC's blame shifting will not solve the electricity challenge in the southeast. And it says the management of Enugu Electricity Distribution Company have responded to serial accusations made by a whole host of concerned, or rather displeased citizens, indigenes of the southeast, including the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB movement, where the company is accused of undue extortive billing, hegemonic control over the region's electricity supply, as well as irresponsible conduct and inconsistent power supply. Now, the company, in reaction through a statement issued on 6th May 2024, claimed that EEDC cannot be held responsible for the lack of electricity supply to the southeast, as it is in essence a distribution company that supplies energy generated and allocated to it by the generation companies at the national grid. You see, it is telling you that they are not responsible. These are people you have given power to supply, to ensure that you have electricity. They are telling you they are not responsible. And then Icons News says, in view of this, it is imperative to highlight that the accusations being laid against EEDC in the regard of inconsistent power supply to the southeast and more has always centered around it being only a distribution company with colossal limited, yet exerting and asserting hegemonic control, dominance, and frustrating efforts being made by concerned individuals, institutions, or even state governments to diversify power generation through supply chain to their respective jurisdiction in the region. You understand what this is saying? That in as much as the responsibility of EEDC, in as much as its responsibility is power distribution, which they themselves are using as an excuse, that they themselves have stopped other companies, other state government, they have frustrated the plans of others to now bring a proper solution to the problem where there will be production of electricity, generation, that is power generation, and supply. They know they don't generate power. They know that they do not decide what power, level of power that will be generated for them. They know they don't, but they frustrate the efforts of even state governments who want to start the creation of new system where people will come in, invest, and generate power so that it will be distributed. You see, and they are busy making excuses, not taking responsibility. A practical example is Geometric Power Generation Company, GPGC, the brainstorming initiative of Dr. Bart Nnaji in Abia State, which, in confirmation by an investigative report published by the Business Day, faced severe coordinated attacks, sabotage, and frustration from the machinations deployed by Chief Emeka Ofo, CEO of the EEDC, just a little after the successful launching of the company a few months ago, when its logical conclusion and functionality was attained. So even after the creation of this Geometric Power Generation Company, EEDC went to attack it to ensure that they do not live up to responsibility, so that tomorrow they start also giving you excuses like EEDC. This is why EEDC must go. What Biafrans are doing, somebody said, is EEDC not Biafra anymore? EEDC does not represent the name, the Enugu, whatever. You personally can open a company and name it, if you are from Owerri, you can even name it Abakaliki rice. You can name your rice Abakaliki rice. Like, the normal people say, oh, Abakaliki rice. I don't know if there is a company like that even. You can name your yam Uguta yam. You understand? It doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, this is Uguta. No. So let them not use that name to confuse you and say, oh, this. No. It is not your company. This company is not yours. That money is not coming into the pocket of Biafrans. They loot Biafrans and put in the private individuals' pockets, like Emeka Ofo. And then let me read you this press release. There are two press releases that I want to read, but I will just these are wonderful. This is about EEDC, and this is from IPOB. It says, no time for excuses. Provide steady power supply or vacate Southeast. IPOB. This is simple. No time for excuses. Provide steady power supply or vacate Southeast. IPOB. And this is wonderful. Now, let me go to the next press release. This says, IPOB declares that Biafra will never allow USA or French military base in our territory. The work of IPOB is just enormous. And this is why anybody who is attacking or doing anything against the leadership, you know that that person is not interested in your success. Anybody interested in your success will not attack those who are leading you to the right direction. Anybody who loves you will only criticize you with facts, with points, pointing you to the areas where the criticism is. Anybody who loves you. Therefore, when you find somebody talking about criticizing you without pointing you to what you did wrong, without giving you what you did wrong, then that person is only trying to bring you down for no reason, maybe for hatred. Therefore, this is time for every Biafran to rally around IPOB, rally around the DOS, make sure that this land of Biafra is protected. This press release says, we, the global family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, ably led by the great and indomitable leader, Mazen Nnamdi Okuchukwu Kanu, categorically reject any plans by the Nigeria government to cede any part of Biafran territory to either USA or France for their military base. If the Nigeria government is interested in hosting US and French military bases, which such bases should be in the northern region where terrorists are on rampage. IPOB Intelligence Unit M Branch revealed that Biafran territory will become very unsafe should the USA and French bring down their military bases in our land. Nigeria government must understand that Biafrans do not have enough land, let alone the one that will warehouse either America or French military base. Currently, Biafrans are battling to curtail the terrorists groomed and sent to our region by the Northern elders and their leaders. We don't want terrorists to target Biafra land because of US and French military presence. Irrespective of the state-sponsored insecurity, Biafra land remains calm, peaceful, and progressive. The unconfirmed reports stated that the Nigerian government is in secret discussion with the French and US government to set up their military bases in Nigeria after being booted out from the Sahel regions of West Africa. If the Nigerian government, who is desperately seeking legitimacy from the West, succumbs to this pressure and allow the establishment of US and French military bases in their country, they will regret their decision. If Nigeria are unable to curtail the activities of the local terrorists, what will happen if the foreign terrorists sees Nigeria as a potential abode or target? Unfortunately, the Nigerian government has never taken her citizens into consideration in any decision making, and certainly will not consider their citizens' safety in the decision of hosting foreign military bases as long as dollars are involved. If the Nigerian government eventually agrees to allow the US and France establish their military bases in Nigeria, let such military bases be sited in the northern and western regions of Nigeria. Northern and western regions of Nigeria have the larger landmass and our borderlands between Nigeria and other West African countries. More so, western and northern regions have been hosting all the foreign institutions and projects for years. Therefore, should host the foreign military bases. The eastern region does not have sufficient lands for developmental projects and agricultural programs, let alone having space to warehouse foreign military base. We wish to remind the US and French governments that Biafra land cannot accommodate any military base. Yes, Biafra has IPOB leadership as leaders of the new nation, and whatever concerns our nation must go through the IPOB movement's leadership. We are making it very clear that our land is not available for any military base. Allowing any foreign military base in our land is an infringement to the Biafran status and sovereignty. The risk of hosting foreign military base in Biafran territory is enormous. Outside putting our freedom at risk, it comes with environmental degradation, disruption of local ecosystem, pollution, and deforestation. Primarily, the base and her occupants will subvert our social and cultural values, which will distort the homogeneity of Biafrans. The base will attract infiltration of many foreign interests, mostly terrorists, that will create political and social tension in our region. These and many more negative consequences associated with US and or French military bases are what Biafrans are not ready to deal with. Biafrans have been subjected to years of political and economic strangulation by the Nigerian state and other foreign exploiters because of oil and gas deposits in Biafra land. IPOB will never allow Biafrans to expose to more dangers, insecurity, and exploitation that comes with hosting exploitative foreign military bases. We are using this same medium to warn governors, politicians, Ohaneze Ndigbo, other interested parties from Biafra region to desist from contemplating or negotiating with America and or France on this issue. IPOB will not tolerate any person or group that tries to hand over any part of Biafra land for a foreign military base because of dollars or political favors. Comrade Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for IPOB. Now, this is a press release from IPOB talking about the siting of military bases in Biafra land, that we are not interested in such. We are not interested in such because it will breed terrorism into our land, and that is something that we are not interested in. That is something that we are not interested in. So that is the press release from IPOB. And imagine the work IPOB is doing, and somebody somewhere is doing one thing or the other to bring these people down. Then you know that that person should be your worst enemy. That person should be your worst enemy, honestly speaking. Yes, now the line is open. You can call in and be part of this conversation. The number to call is +2778 0645457. The number to call is +2778 0645457. Now we'll go on a short break while I wait for your call. Then we'll come in and talk about this press release. Okay, we are back. If you had paid attention to the press release that I had just read, you'll understand that this is a very welcomed development. I agree with the press release entirely. Our land cannot be given to, what is it called, America and France for them to build their bases. No. What is... excuse me, I see that I wasn't coming out properly. Okay, loud and clear. Now I am loud and clear. Okay, so as I was saying, what is going on here? As I was saying, we cannot give our land to be used by America and France. That is a no-no. That is not something that we can do, because it will create more problems for us. That on its own will create more problems for us. Look, for instance, look at the areas where France just left. Look at that area. Why did they leave? They left because they were not living up to expectation. They left because their presence there brought in more terrorists. It brought attention to those people. That is why they had to leave. The people who own the land said, listen, you guys have been here for as long as how many years now? You've been fighting terrorism, but terrorism seems to actually be growing. Terrorism seems to actually be doing better since you started fighting it than when you were not fighting it. So, I mean, why are you here then? What are you doing here? I mean, that has been the case. And imagine bringing them into Biafra land. Basically, you'll be replicating what they did in these places where they could not even control terrorism. So it is a no-no. I support IPOB statement. Hello, Kolande Otutoma. You're welcome to Radio Biafra. Mazi, please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion.
Good morning, Mazi Mbanali.
Good morning.
Yes. Thank you very much. My name is Chuk, and I'm speaking from my location. Thank you once again, as always. I greet my leader, our leader, Master Nnamdi Kanu, and this platform to expose so many things, so many. Hiding under the roof of heaven. I greet him once again. Yes. What you are seeing in Nigeria is just the starting of the point. Because Bible said, whatever you sow is what you are going to reap. This is what Nigeria have sown, and they are reaping it by Fulanis. People don't know what is coming to Nigeria. People don't know. If people know what is coming to Nigeria, people will be crying every day and night. Because this is well organized by white people, Britain, France and America. And that is why they say one Nigeria, because there's no country in this whole world who call one Nigeria, one country. Because they know why they tight the corner just to make it as it is going to be as you are seeing it one by one. How do you think that a place like Nigeria supposed to exist in this world? Human organ was sold by the so-called senators in Nigeria. What are you going to do with the money? After looting the whole country dry, you sold the whole hospital to foreigners to come and harvest human organ. Nigeria. Senators. Have you seen how evil Nigeria is all about? Now, they are kidnapping students. They are kidnapping everybody. They are looting and stealing everywhere. How do you think that a place like that is supposed to exist as a country? Instead for them to look the way to separate Nigeria so that a human being will exist, they are putting more difficulties. Look at other countries are driving away France and the white people, who are the most wicked and evil people existing, that they want white people, the black people to exist. You are inviting your enemy to come and take over the whole thing and destroy it. America and the allied Britain have destroyed Iraq and killed Saddam Hussein. They go to Libya and kill Gaddafi and destroy Libya. Now they are in Nigeria. After Libya, they are made to destroy the whole world. Britain, America, France, and the Allied. Now they are working very hard to come and open barrack in Nigeria. That's the end of Nigeria. Have you seen how wicked black people who cannot reason? Today is church. People will be inside the church praying, going to heaven. Don't know that they are already in hell, because anybody in Nigeria is already inside the hell. But they are talking of heaven. They have not been finishing the earth here. They are going to heaven. The problem of Nigeria is nowhere to find out where to solve it. If not, to make sure Nigeria is separate. The time I start to weep for Nigeria is the time they say Muslim ticket. And from there, they bring in a terrorist to be a vice president of Nigeria. And Tinubu is the other way, a criminal. How do you think that a place like that is supposed to exist? How? From where to where? When you bring all these things together, you will be weeping for unborn generation. Where people will come out from school, no work. You start to look for paper to travel abroad. Before you travel now, you have to show your property, your land property and everything, before you can get money to go to look for visa. And when you go to visa there, let us assume if there is a 1,000 people application for visa, they cannot give even 5%. Other people will lost the whole money, because before you travel from Nigeria now, you spend some millions to get visa. And when you waste all those money, they cannot give visa 5%. And other people will lost the whole money. Have you seen how wicked the wicked world? Nigeria. DSS is in Abuja, who claim that they are all of that. What DSS was set up in Nigeria is only for IPOB Nnamdi Kanu. They are not there for terrorists. DSS. They are not there for kidnapper. They are involved in this kidnapping. If you trace what is going on, you understand, you agree with me that this is involved in kidnapping in Nigeria. The whole money they are looting, when they bring it, they share it. The bank managers is involved. The police is involved. The army is involved. Nigeria is criminal hellfire here on earth. I wonder when can people open their eyes and support IPOB? The only savior they have, Nnamdi Kanu is the only savior Africa, mostly Nigeria have. Nnamdi Kanu is the only savior. IPOB is the only savior. Whatever you are taking outside, you are wasting their time because they have damaged Nigeria to the extent there will be no repair anymore. Thank you, Mazu Mbanali. Chukwu Kabiama will be the strength of some of us who have made up our mind to continue doing what we can do in the support of this movement, IPOB. I greet China Samuru, I greet China Chikredozim, I greet all of those people who stand to see that Igbo race will not be destroyed completely. Thank you, and all hail Biafra. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. All hail Biafra too. Thank you very much. Okay, let me bring you this news. Okay, excuse me. Yes, the line is still open, so you can call in and be part of this conversation. The number to call is +27 78 064 5457. And let me bring you this news. This is the headline says, let me see. The headline says, progressive ideas I championed were abolished after my exit. This is Jonathan. Wait, let me read this again for you before I introduce the next caller. Let me read this headline again. It says, progressive ideas I championed were abolished after my exit. This is Jonathan. It says, former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, on Friday, that is yesterday, said some of the progressive ideas he instituted during his tenure were jettisoned after his exit from office. This is Nigeria. It says here, Jonathan, who was the president from 2010 to 2015, stated this while speaking as chairman on the occasion of the 25th anniversary celebration of Ibunidion University, Okada, in Edo State. This is just something else. The former president, who said he ensured that women were admitted into the Nigeria Defense Academy, recalled that he faced serious challenges but had his way as the president of the country. He said it is worth noting that women have become an integral part of the military sets, with some of them going ahead to become some of the best jet fighters. Okay. I don't have time to read all of this because there is somebody on the line I want to bring in. But he said that all the ideas, progressive ideas he championed, were abolished after his exit. This clearly shows you Nigeria. Hence, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu said, it doesn't matter who comes in. You cannot fix Nigeria. You can't fix Nigeria. Mazi Ototo Mandewo, welcome to Radio Biafra. Please go ahead, your name and your opinion.
Ndewo nwa Chineke Sochima Mbanali Udochukwu okuka Abịama dị ndị ọma na dị mma. My name remains Mazi Obasi Ejike Mowa. I'm calling from blessed land of Biafra. Tata bụ mbọsị afọ n'ofu mbọsị na mkpụrụ ụbọchị nọ ndị Igbo ji agụ izi. Afọ market days in Biafra land. Biafra is our religion. On this Haro platform is where we worship. The God of our land, the God of our ancestors, is our Chi. And Mazi Okuchukwu Kanu Ahamadike, one of Biafra land, is our reader. We are Omuchineke. We are not afraid of them. We are ready to face our problem and fix it. Whoever is trying to make sure that we look like we are irrelevant is mistaken. Our leader is in hand of DSS, Don John. Since 3 years now, he telling them the truth, and Nigeria wanted to cover it with evil. Our leader must be free. You can never kill a truthful man. a man who brings solution to the problem of the zoological created by every British, and you think that your country will be progressing. No, you can never lock down the truth, an honest man, and thinking that Nigeria will be better. No, you are destroying yourself. You are destroying yourself. So Nigeria must wake up and ask, what does Mazin Nnamdi Kanu did to them? He said the truth and the people listened. Nobody is remembering of the killing in Lekki now anymore. Nobody is remembering the killing of Obibo again. And the people are coming to tell us that they are bringing military base in our land. That land they are called dots. That land they are called landlocked. They are wanted to take it away. So, Biafrans, that tells you who you are. That tells you who you are. People are struggling. People are working hard to take the land from you. So you know what to do. We are not Nigerian and not in our land because Nigeria have used our resources, our land to answer, and the strength of Igbo people to answer giant of Africa. Enough is enough. We said no to it. And nobody will force us to believe what they are doing. Look at our people. Nobody is listening. Nigeria is promoting foreign company. But indigenous company, no. As far as it concerns Igbo people, nobody cares. They want it to die. That is why Ibetos meant since then, nobody, no even politicians in our land talk about it. And the people thinking that Nigeria is for them because you are politicians. We are getting there. Enough is enough, all this rubbish. Enough is enough. Look at if Nigeria is a place where people are thinking good things to happen. By now, innocent motors supposed to be in Nigeria, be their executive motors. But no, it concerns Igbo. Those they are called third class. Those they are called those that deserve to die. But we say no to it. Biafrans, think about yourself. We know we don't promote anything. What we are talking about, we are not Nigerians. Nobody will force us to be. We are being killed because of one Nigeria. We are being destroyed because of one Nigeria. And you want us to keep quiet. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu stay in the DSS dungeon starting from 2015 after he was released and set free 2017, and these people gang up to go and kill him. Unfortunately, Chukwuka Abiyama saved his life, not us. Now they went to Kenya, paid the huge of amount to make sure they are close that truth that coming out from him. And all the religious leaders who are preaching, who are telling people the way of life, keep quiet since then. If the commander any military that Biafra form in this kind of era of time, my brother, ikpuru okpu isi mmemme pụta n'ọgbọ anyị ajọghị imegwori ji kpuru okpu mmemme inwa si n'ịbụ chief nke a bụrụ nke ọzọ anyị ajọghị ihe imegwori n'ara anyị iji aza chief nke a chief nke ọzọ because otu anyị na-agba ndị a nkịtị n'inwere ego na-showcase to social media. You tell us, what have you done to average? Because our people should know that. Let me tell our people, the really don't come to social media, talk rubbish. By their character, by the things they are done in their village and their state, you know that they are people. So, great Biafrans, we are talking about the way our life is. If you think that Nigeria is good for you, continue destroying your own land. But later on, you know that Fulani are coming to take over Nigeria. The area is better. We are not against any people. If you can die, you can mingle with the Fulanis. But Biafra said no. We have never seen anything good from Fulanis starting their history. In our land, they are not paying tax. There's nothing. You tell me now you can be proud of Fulanis in our land. Why are you forcing our people to live with the murderers? The area is better. We tell this politician that enough is enough. Because we cannot fold our hands until these people destroy us completely. Now, IPOB, Nigerians have seen that they can never defeat Biafrans. That is why they are inviting foreign militaries. That is why. And we must tell them, wherever they are coming from, never. First, stay on their own. Biafran, just think about the time. Last time they said northern governors went to America. They did not go to America. They are going to invite people that will help them to hold Nigeria as Biafra wanted to separate, because they know if we move away from Nigeria, Nigeria means nothing. That is why they are fighting. Don't think that these people they are planning evil things. So we must rise up. We must tight our belt well to chase them out. Fulani must leave our land. This time is not to Fulani come and live in the town again. We don't want them again. We don't. We are not the same people, and we can never be. Great friends, support ESN. Train yourself hard. Stay together with our leadership. Our leadership are wise leaders. They are bringing it the way people supposed to think about their own citizen. That is IPOB for you. Stay together with our leader. Run away from evil. When you see evil, say no to it, and the evil will leave us alone. And the Fulani are evil. Fulani are working seriously, hard to destroy, to make sure that they are forced us to believe their own ideology of killing, suppressing. If Fulani want Nigerian to be good, they know what to do. And no, then we give Igbo people leadership to rule the country, to make sure that things go well. But no, because they are benefiting from evil that their forefathers created in Nigeria.
Ndewo nwa Chineke, thank you very much for that contribution. Ndewo. Now, let me continue with this news that I had read to you earlier on. Now, Jonathan said the former president who said he ensured that women were admitted into the Nigeria Defense Academy recalled that he faced serious challenges but had his way as the president of the country. Nege Kwanti. He said it is worth noting that women have become an integral part of the military set. Let me see this caller. Okay, I have a caller on the line. Caller, you are welcome to Radio Biafra. Please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion. Ndewo.
Mazi Sochima Mbanali. My name is Ifeanyi Chukwu. I'm calling you from Italy. Mazi Aseme Ekekero Wachuru Gadama. Bless you and your family, and bless our leader. And bless DOS, all the members of DOS that make us to this struggle to stay. We should stand where we are for our quest to restore our blessed land, Biafra. Mazi, I say, may you bless every one of us that you try. Even though that, the radio presenters, you guys are doing a marvelous work. I say, make people go soon. My own contribution this morning is to let our people to know that the moment, any day that we get out of Nigeria, the world will know that they will know that yes, our people will find out, they will know that yeah, they are in bondage. The kind of bondage we are. Imagine you being in a place whereby you can't do anything that you wish to do for us, for your own people. People will be there trying to destroy it for you. Just imagine like what you read now like, about the former president Goodluck Jonathan. The man tried a lot to make sure that yes, we will make Nigeria to war, but Nigeria evil Fulani fight the man left and right, created Boko Haram, Chibok girls, even America the American media helped to remove the man to make sure that yes, na nwoke ahụ the plan no ji wee bịa ka ọ help ndị mba na Nigeria, the man are complete here. Maazị, just let me say this thing. We black people, we are the one that clean ourselves. How can you go invite? You know that the country is not working. You know that the best thing to do is to divide the country. Like what you are saying, that our leader have introduced the solution for Nigeria, but they don't want to listen. That won't make even mass. Any day that you see, even where they draw black man as a devil, it's clear that I understand that we are devil. Mass, forget I'm a black person, but we have evil in our heart. Every time we see the truth, we see what will help ourselves, we will do it. But if other people do it, we will appreciate them. But for we to do the thing that will help us as a race in the world, we don't do it. We like to kill ourselves, we like to cage ourselves. Mazi, just look at how Nigeria is working, how Nigeria is. And they are not, they know that the country will never last for more 4 or 5 years again. What they are doing is to see hold people down, to soon make another election. Because Mazi, for Nigeria to condone another election, Mazi, war. It's war because they know. That's why they're going to invite America, even he remain to vote, even to the extent of going to Somalia to invite evil people, to invite those that you know that yes, Mazi. Our people, one day everybody will decide not to go back again because we're in exile here. We can't live like this. People at home are dying. People at home cannot feed a 3 square meal a day. People cannot buy fuel to put for their car. People cannot move to one state to other state. They will kidnap or they will rob them, they will kill them. But Nigeria do like there's nothing. Even today, I invited the useless this what did they call them? Kiapoya, nke prince in one. Ane yiri abada, ane see photo, ana amu, ane we come here. We come here. We come. Oh, when that contribute for their economies now? Oh, nothing, zero. The same people who put off against the slave woman, when we come on and they romance her. You able to just look at the France, like this Mali, Burkina Faso have chased their own slave master out, but Nigeria are still welcoming their own for them to hold Igbo people down. They don't want Igbo to rise, and in the process of holding Igbo people down, the Nigeria are still dying and dying and dying. Mazi, it's just Nigeria citizen. Mazi, anywhere. If Onam Nakata na any other country, Panoram Naka, Nigeria citizen, because in Nigeria citizen, imagine our leaders have been in prison in detention how many years now? There are yet nobody want to rise up say, hey, leave this man to go. But to any day something will happen, the world should lose. You see, Nigeria government see how they are treating us. See how okay, let me just cut this short. The other day I saw where soldiers are lamenting in the one, I don't know it's a prison or whatever, how much they are not paying, but the same people they will see recruiting the youth to go and kill their own fellow youth. All in the name that they are serving their country. Mazi, that Nigeria, no matter what they do, Nigeria must divide. Mazi, shike. Open yourself now. You make we divide yourself. Or help I fight. I pona kandi. Ekwensu akaride ekwensu. Mazi, I am here. Mazi, may you God may bless you. Thank you so much for your good work.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you too. Okay. Let me see. Before I go to the next caller. Let me read some news headlines for you. But before I do that, let me finish this. This one from former President Goodluck Jonathan. He said, I want to make sure that I bring this information to you. And I want you to see the achievements that he spoke about. He said, I recall the challenges faced by women in the military. But as president, I directed that the Nigeria Defense Academy commence admission of women into the institution. Now, it says, however, some of the ideas which could have helped in the technological development of the country were jettisoned. Is this any familiar to you? Jonathan saw the jettisoning of the developmental plans that Biafran people had, the technological developments that Biafran people had. Jonathan saw them jettison it after the war. How did he think Nigeria would be any different? Anyway, being a president, being there for any reason of his choice, any reason why he's there, you must understand that Nigeria cannot change. This is the progress of Nigeria. Nigeria will always stunt anything that is progressive. Anything progressive, they will stunt it. Now, let me go to the next caller. Mazi Okechukunde, well, welcome to Radio Biafra. Please go ahead with your opinion.
Mazi Mbanali nwanne m nwoke, mee Chukwu okike abịama, and I continue to say it, bless you. And finally, we are free. Because if you know say you be a Biafran youth, you go join Nigerian military to kill your people. You know say your head not correct. We need to tell you say make you come support IPOP. They volunteer to defend our land and defend our life, our ancestral land. Do you need to be told about it? Every Biafran youth, anywhere you are on this planet Earth, leave Nigeria and focus on freedom of Biafra. We will soon pass away and our descendants will continue as our ancestors did. Let's get this land for our people, for our children. Hapushana Afono, Hapushana Lady John, Hapushana and Happy Imo, Isatan do first, in the wall. Owe daily gozo, Isata Lokana like Ezebube, Odogumo, Tindo Menal, our like, Emma say one from whether Takwado, nobody will defend you, defend yourself. This is your land, take it back. Every ruler of Ungwa land, every territory of Ungwa, defend your land. Misha Langwa, Obingwa, Ahanzengwa, Ndogom, defend your land in total and support the China Samuru with his Eastern Security Network. Obingwa, no question, Brinish, Unwono Dogumwa, non a war front. The China Samuru, I want you more. Economic canon can check them one for more Kishka. I know the check. As all our defender alumni, oh. I have to shine here and daughter be area but about mine and book. Emma Kanaka, Madene. Oh, let all my well take them. I'm going to take a car. Also, them buggy to I go on your money. Then the chicken does them. First Samuel chapter 26. Very important. David is precious life again. And Saul said to David, God bless you, my son. You will succeed in everything you do. So David went on his way and Saul returned home. The leader and Libo return home. Happen happy. Let's go away for the referendum. I went as up to no one as up to no better. I think una tell president. I know now mala meeting. All the do Biafra guy una worship. Eba na we so amala wala. Amala wala Libo. Amala government. Amala church. Amala manshi manager. Church only will say father will be some will pastor. Will want feed. Go back return home now. Why do you defraud your people? Jesus Christ, I don't know. Why are you personating him? When he came before, did he pass through what our leader passed? He has returned again. Was he not a human being? After today, and no mercy for anybody, Father, you go back here. After today, my one has some more than you. 100 times, and you went up and give it again. Mommy, watching it. I think it's in again. Kobla tiri so black me location ka gigi nya be village ha na tramegom manando manom o keseska Okay, Shakespeare, mountain spirit. I do fire about potential Libo. We are not joking. We must get airport. We must get seaport for our land. We must live like human beings. America, get prepared. The chicken doesn't move with the dead and the kind is coming to rule the world. You don't know what is happening here. The world that belongs to the Most High. American government settle this matter. Settle this matter with immediate effect. Release our leader. That and the kind with immediate effect. And rapport with IPOP leadership. That's all. I have done the job. Then to quote and embrace every one of us that follow our Jesus Christ. That and the kind to be free. Then the organ put up. Anyway, the country won't go up and dead. Okay, okay, my so to kind of give us to dead with you one on every chance on you. Time the church I got a banana so why simple. Going to church to turn my come and do the man for Manapole. Eyana Kengo, Odega, where I forget where Mpoga, where a man I live Bugande, Oje, Okonko, France.
All hell Biafra. Thank you very much, Mazi. As we bring this program to an end, let me read you some news headlines. You'll find Nigeria is Nigeria. I don't know. I don't want to say Nigeria is funny because there's absolutely nothing funny about playing with the lives of people, especially people that you swear to protect. Now, this is coming from Gist Niger. It says armed bandits operating in the northwest zone have killed more than 20 people in Bilbis, a village of Safe local government area of Zamfara state. It says more than 7 community members sustained various degrees of gunshot wounds and were rushed to Safe General Hospital. According to one Ismaila Bilbis, the gunmen invaded the community on many motorcycles with sophisticated weapons and operated freely for 3 hours. For 3 hours. Now, the American government and the French government should go to this. They should go to the north if they are interested. If Nigeria government is asking them to come in, then they should go to the north, not in our land, because we are not interested in that. Now, let me also bring to you another news so that you can see what is happening. This is from, it says, it says Ikbazu transferred 10 billion naira airport funds into 32 different accounts, OT alleges. Now, this is what a state that is suffering, that had no road with him being as a governor, and he stole 10 billion naira. This is just one of the various lootings of the state fund. 10 billion into 32 different accounts, OT alleges. Now, this is, let me bring you another news headline. Now, this says, Take It Back movement asks Niger Delta Assembly Speaker. Okay, Niger State. Sorry, not Niger Delta. I was wondering which one is Niger Delta. Take It Back movement asks Niger State Assembly Speaker to stop plans to marry off 100 female orphans. To marry off 100 female orphans. This is Niger State. Let me read a bit of it. It says the Take It Back movement Nigeria has condemned the plan by the Niger State House of Assembly Speaker to marry off 100 female orphans in the state, demanding that the decision be revoked. This is happening in Nigeria. Don't think this is a joke. It is according to Sahara reporters. Now, this other headline says Enugu Governor Mba places 10 million naira bounty on gunmen who brutally murdered 2 policemen. Now, this is, I'm wondering why he did not take such proactive measure with terrorists that came into communities and killed people. And he made promises and we are still looking at him. There is bounty. You are putting bounty on somebody. Does it mean that you don't have security to ensure that these people are caught? Are your security not being paid to ensure that they are caught? No. Even your people that were killed, you did not take such proactive measure to ensure that they are killers. I'm not saying that police should be killed. All I'm saying is, why is he not using the same, taking proactive measure in bringing the Fulani terrorists who killed these people to book. People he could not even mention their names. These are the cowards you have as politicians, as governors. It says here, let me bring another news to you. This is, it says Nigerian Safety Bureau. Okay, no, before I go to this, look at the next news from Sahara Reporters that says, breaking, another aircraft conveying 52 passengers skids off runway at Lagos Airport. You see how Nigeria is playing with the lives of Nigerians. Look at how Nigeria is playing with the lives of Nigerians. Who wants to be a Nigerian? Who? Why would you want to be a Nigerian? Even those that can afford to fly aeroplane are not even safe. They are not even safe. Now let's listen to this clip.
This 2024 prison documentary by Abounding Grace Foundation is mind-blowing, and
I want you to listen to this audio as we bring this program to an end. But first, I want to thank you for this morning and for always, for joining us here always. Thank you very much for every single person. I do read the comments on Facebook, and I say thank you to everybody. And to you listening, to you calling in, I say thank you. Have a wonderful day. But please pay attention to this.
Most educative prison documentary in the world today. The facts you have not heard nor seen are communicated on this 2024 prison documentary. Sit with family, friends, working colleague in your offices to watch it. This edition is so helpful both to our parents and youths. Question is, why are our youths wasting away in the prison? Poor upbringing, lack of education, greed for money, participating in courtism for poor hunger and protection seeking. Also financial frustration, which leads to unnecessary aggression. Most of the ones who truly committed crime are there for economic crime and violent crime. But based on my findings in my 10 years of mission works in Africa prisons, over 70% of the inmates in African prisons are innocent. In some prison, you see them sitting for 19 years on awaiting trial.
I spent 19 years awaiting trial.
19 years awaiting trials.
I've been here 5 years, 3 months. Wow. Up till now, not even trial.
Some 10 years on awaiting trial, etc. You can't call them criminals, will you? Some are there because they can't afford lawyer.
How much is it that is holding you here? 3,000 naira. You mean 3,000 naira?
I have option of 2,000 naira.
2,000 naira. So because of that, you are inside this place. Okay. Have you been to court and they say 2,000 naira? Okay. It is a shame to be in prison for 2,000 naira. For me, I think it's a shame. But that's fine.
2,000 naira, sir.
2,000 naira. How long have you been here?
5 months now.
Jesus Christ. 2,000 naira for 5 months. You have been here 5 months because of 2,000 naira. Okay, we'll sort that out. That one quickly. We'll sort it out quickly so you can go home. Okay. Oh, how long have you been here?
I've been here 2014.
For how much? 10,000 naira is holding you. What's your name?
Rekia Dauda.
Rekia Dauda. Okay, what's the fine?
20,000 naira.
Who say you pay 20,000?
Judge.
The judge. So you have been to court. Then you are just waiting to pay 2,000 and then you go.
Yes.
And many of them, their case files are lost. Like in Kirikiri, you can see hundreds of them that have no case file. Many are there without parents' awareness. In Lagos prison, where we have 3,900 and something prisoners in one prison, Kirikiri medium prison, 75% are innocent because they are about 80% on awaiting trial. You cannot call somebody who is on awaiting trial a criminal.
How many times have you been in prison? Give out the microphone. Several times.
Look at what stubbornness did to this young pretty lady. Joy Ojo is her name. She spent 5 horrible years in the prison. Because of stubbornness, her father was running and pursuing her, beating her up in the house and fell and hit his head on the table. He died. She sang this wonderful song.
Don't leave me, Jesus, don't leave me. Don't leave me, Jehovah, don't leave me. When my enemy surrender me, Jesus, don't leave me. When my enemy surrender me, Daddy, don't leave me.
She has written over 40 songs. How can you sing the Lord's song in a strange land? She would have been in prison and the songs will die with her. Anytime you end up in prison, you are bringing pain and agony to your family. If you find Jesus today, your life will change, I promise you. And I believe today will be your last chance of going into that your misbehavior. You follow Jesus today and you see what your tomorrow will look like. It will be far better than mine. Let us think about what we're doing. The consequences of crime and the effects in our homes must be remembered. Before you go into that crime, think of what you are going to cause for people around you.
Thank you. God bless you people. In Jesus' name.
Even when my father shall leave me, daddy, don't leave me, oh. Even when my mother shall leave me, Jehovah, don't leave me. Even when all my brothers and sisters shall leave me, oh, don't leave me. Even when all my friends shall leave me, Jehovah, don't leave me. Oh, don't leave me. Jehovah, don't leave me. Daddy, oh, don't leave me. I am your child, oh, don't leave me.
Bad friends are reason why many are here in the prison. Look at their tears. It is too late now.